This is a video for Club Contessa. Well, girls, we've had a whirlwind couple of weeks. France one week, Italy the next. And on Monday evening, Silver and I got home and gave Contessa some rides and in preparation for this weekend. The New Jersey Horse Park has a nice open intermediate, and the timing worked out well. Our big goal for the end of this year is the 4-star long at Tryon in November. 3 weeks before that, I'm going to try and run her at the Kentucky Horse Park, and then 3 weeks before that is this weekend, where she had just a nice easy trip around the open intermediate. This level is very, very easy for her. Contessa's a very unique horse. She's very, very careful jumper. She's a real mare and quite sensitive and cautious. So I think part of the strategy and the training is, trying to always find an event here or there that is very, very easy for her. And today at New Jersey Horse Park, it was smooth sailing for Contessa. She did a ripper of a dressage test. We finished second after the dressage on a 24.8, so that's one of her best ever scores. She very, very elegant in the test, and lucky for me, because it was the open intermediate level, there was no flying changes. Anyway, the changes are getting better. They're still a work in progress, but I'd like to think by Tryon at the end of the year we'll have them good, but come April, if we can get it to Kentucky 3-day event next year, hopefully we can do 4 beautiful flying changes. With the training, Eric Devander was at our farm all week coaching me, and he helped me on the flat a couple of times with Contessa and gave her a light jump one day too. And the biggest, like in the trot work, as you just saw there, like she can get 80% in the trot work, and then in the canter she's got this ginormous canter stride, which is great for galloping in the cross country, but it's very, very hard to collect and short. So that's sort of so when we do our dressage training, we warm up a bit, and then 80% of the sessions usually concentrating on the canter work. Peter Wilde was very, very kind to us. He came to my farm on 2 occasions while we were away and jumped the horses for me, and he absolutely loves Contessa. It's one of his favourite horses to jump, and I was over there at the WEG in Italy, and Peter was he's texting me saying that Contessa gave him the ride of the day. It's really cool. So the ground, it was okay. It wasn't brilliant, to be honest. So again, there's no real reason to go real fast at these smaller dinky events. So on the cross country, I just sort of cruised around. I got picked up 12 time penalties. I actually tried a new bit in the jumping. It's a rubber straight bar pelham. As you might have noticed, when I send you videos of the cross country, Contessa gets quite strong and bargy at the jump, and I just found this straight bar pelham, she sort of respects the bit a little bit more and comes back to me, although it stopped working right at the end of the course. She ran through it a little bit, as you'll see at the last water jump. Contessa's been trotting up really, really sound. Legs look good, her feet look fantastic. I really now understand how important her health and her condition, her weight, her muscling and everything is for longevity. The good thing is we've pretty much got Contessa to the top of the sport now, so she doesn't need to run a whole lot. She's quite seasoned and experienced, and anyway, it's been a while since we had a show. Bromont, I think, was in June, and now we're in September, so We were supposed to run her at Great Meadow a couple of weeks ago, but the ground there was horrendous. So anyway, we waited a couple of weeks, and unfortunately we had a very uncharacteristic rail in this round. I think I was a little bit laid back and casual. Contessa's so good in the show jumping. I didn't put too much pressure on her in the warm-up, just made it nice and easy for her and just popped her around. And I should have jumped one bigger oxer before I went in. That being said, every now and then it's not a bad thing for Contessa to have a rail down at these less important shows, just a reminder that she's got to keep trying. I think this is the fence. I got a little too deep and plonked it. Anyway, bit of a shame, but like I said before, sometimes it's good for these horses to have a bit of a touch or bump into one at the competitions, rather than sort of lifting her off the jumps and hoiking her into the air. So we give Contessa a couple of easy days, and then I think in 3 or 4 weeks' time we'll ship her down to the Kentucky Horse Park and have a good, and the ground should be perfect there. We could maybe give her a slightly quicker run. So even though I wasn't going fast, I do like my new bit. It's a black rubber straight bar Pelham, and Contessa gets quite strong and sort of has a death grip on the bit sometimes, and I don't know, I just feel like in the show jumping and the cross country she's a little bit better behaved. Anyway guys, at the moment we're in good shape, and everything's gearing towards Tryon 4-star long in November. I'd love to win it, to be honest, and I think that will set her up for a big year of 5 stars next year. See here at the end of the course, my fancy bit stopped working, and Contessa was a little bit strong. Anyway guys, hope you're all doing well. Catch up soon.